Firstly, is the men don't cry type of narrative that has been perpetuated, right?
No, men don't cry.
Yes. So those type of narratives are the ones that would keep men from allowing themselves to be vulnerable with their spouses. Because the minute you think of being vulnerable and expressing your feelings and allowing your partner to tap into those spaces or those parts of yourself that are vulnerable, there's going to be that voice that says, men don't do that. That's a female thing. You man up. Ne? So as a result, you are going then to man up. And manning up means putting a mask. Manning up means pretend to be okay. So that can create men not to not feel safe with their partners. It could also be cultural differences as well, right? There are certain cultures where men are taught to behave in a certain way around their partners.
Example?
An example would be that as a man, you cannot be controlled by your wife. You cannot be led by your wife. You cannot be told by your wife what to do. So,
can you mention the culture?
It's different cultures. It's different cultures. This is common in multiple African cultures, without singling out any specific one, but it's common in almost the majority of our African cultures. So with that being said, how can I then be in charge of a person that knows my weakness? How do I take control of a person that has seen the most vulnerable parts of me? So because of those cultural beliefs, then men will then continue with the mask, pretend to be okay, pretend to be fine. The other one as well is not having a healthy relationship with yourself. Sometimes men cannot be vulnerable with their partners because they don't allow themselves to be vulnerable with themselves first. They live in denial of what they are feeling. They live in denial of what they're experiencing. There's certain feelings that they don't want to accept. There are certain experiences that they don't want to accept. They dismiss those. So as a result, they cannot be vulnerable with the next person because there is an inability to be vulnerable with myself. Remember, it starts with awareness. Acknowledging that I'm hurt, I'm weak. This has changed my outlook on life. This has affected me. But if you don't allow yourself to get to that space where you dismiss everything and put up the I'm okay phase, then you are not going to be vulnerable with the next person. But also the last one, which is not the last of the list, but is your woman not being able to create that space for you.
I was going to go to the next question.
Yeah. So it's very important that as a woman, you create or you help create that safe space for your men to feel safe around you. And one would ask, how do you create a safe space? It starts with the little responses, like validating their feelings. When your man comes to you and say, I spoke with my mom today and I didn't like what she said. It really hurt me. You can't be saying, she's your mom. That's invalidating what the person is feeling. When he knows it's his mom. At this point, he's talking about how his mom made him feel. So you cannot dismiss what he's sharing with you. There's also the inability to create a non-judgmental space where we become judgmental as women. How can you speak like that as a man? We ask those questions, and sometimes we are the ones that gives the men don't cry response. Even though we don't verbalize it, remember we communicate also in the non-verbal ways. So you can sense when you are talking to your partner, their body language, their facial expression, if it's communicating the I'm listening to you a message, or it's saying to you, you can't be telling me this. So the minute a person feel that sense of judgment, they will withdraw. And also when you fight with a person, you don't fight with their deep secrets that they've shared with you. And sometimes that's the mistake we make. When you've ran out of stones to throw at your partner, you go pick up those secrets that they've shared with you. We start making things like, that's why your mother did this to you. That's why your boss is like this. That's why your ex-partner left you. And those kind of things kill the trust, destroys the trust that the person might have had in you. They also listen to what you are saying about others as well, because you know how a person is going to treat you by observing how they treat others. So the manner in which you are able to respect the secrets of other people, the person can see that their secret is safe with you. But if you are a person that would share deep, dark secrets about your sister, your friends, your mother, what would stop your partner from thinking that when she's with them, she's more probably going to talk about my secrets, because now how can she tell me this about her mother? And then also we cannot always encourage men that if you are weak, what must I do? That is not a motivation. That is not something to take a person out of the dark space. No, you need to remember that you are human. I think before the gender difference, we need to acknowledge each other as human beings. So look at the situation that your partner is going through and understand the feelings that they are going before you even can look at male or female. So if we can stop thinking that emotions have got a gender, or emotions are gender conscious, or life is gender conscious. No. So because the minute you say, but if you are like this, what are you expecting us to do? That's dismissing what the person is saying. That is judging the person. That is sending a message that you are not allowed to feel like that. You're not allowed to speak like that. So let's move away from that. It may come out as something that is meant to build, something that is meant to be positive, but it actually has the opposite effect. Because the minute I say to you, but if you feel like this, how must we feel? I'm literally saying to you, you're not allowed to feel like that, because you are the man of the house. So which feelings or which emotions are acceptable for males and are not acceptable for females, and which ones are acceptable for females and they are not acceptable for males? None, because feelings are not gender conscious. Truth is, we influence each other, but at the end of the day, we are all responsible of how we respond. And this includes, we are responsible of how we feel. Yes, your partner can have, to some extent, an influence in terms of how you feel. But at the end of the day, the decision still lies with you in terms of how you deal with what you are feeling and own what you are feeling. So you are not, it takes us back to that famous saying that says, you are not responsible for what happens to you, but you are responsible for how you respond. So just as much as your feelings could be a response to something that your partner did or said, remember that at the end of the day, you own that feeling. It is yours. So you cannot say your partner is responsible for it. They may have influence it, but at the end of the day, the ownership is yours, because the decision to respond and the control that you have is only on you and not the next person. Like I've said, Malibina's safe space operates on non-judgment, operates on empathy, operates on acceptance, operates on individualism, whereby we understand that each person's experience is unique. Those are the characteristics that create a safe space where there's no threat. I think if I have to quote something that I learned in school, is that when the self is in a space where there's no threat, the self is in a better position to self-actualize. There becomes a determination for growth. Because remember, threat threatens growth. So the need to self-actualize and grow diminishes when there's threat, when there's no safety. But where there's safety, where the environment permits authenticity, there's growth and one is free to express themselves. So everyone is welcome, regardless of your background, regardless of your gender, regardless of your experience, regardless of how many people have been through what you've been through. At Malibina's safe space, we are saying that experience is yours and it's different from those of others. You will not be compared. There's no dismissal. You are validated. What you are feeling is validated and accepted. So everyone is welcome.
So now, why are you only speaking English on this show?
English is the language that most people, not even most, but you reach more audience with English, and I'm hoping there won't be a challenge when it comes to other people that cannot speak English. But it's a win-win situation, come to think of it, because if I were to speak Sesotho, someone would be asking me, why are you speaking Sotho only? Because I don't understand Sotho. So if I were to speak Zulu, so in Sotho they say, why hapa umulato, why tluela umulato. So meaning, whichever language that I would choose, there would still be someone that would feel left out at the end of the day.
Meaning everybody that comes on this platform,
they are welcome to speak a language that they are comfortable with.
Okay. What is the one message that you have to say out there to a man that thinks like crying is for women? Let's go to a man first, and then to a woman that is thinking like, I'm a strong, independent woman, I can do things by myself, I don't need men to do this. So, yeah.
To a man, you are human. You are human. It starts with you recognizing and accepting yourself as a human being with mixed emotions. I don't speak of negative emotions. I speak of uncomfortable emotions, because when we label emotions as negative, it's like they are not meant to be felt. So whatever that you are feeling, just know that you are responding in a human manner to a situation that any other normal human being is more likely to respond in the same way. So create a safe space for those emotions, because every emotion is meant to be expressed, whether comfortable or uncomfortable. And to the independent ladies, yes, you can be independent, it's fine. But in your independence, remember that we were created to be interdependent. We need each other as men and women. It's not a war of who's better than who. So as a woman, really use your independence positively and let it allow you to define the love that you deserve. I normally say part of self-love includes settling for healthy love, includes allowing yourself to love and be loved. That's part of self-love. So if you don't have anyone that fits your profile, it's fine. But when love shows up, don't shut the door for love. We were not meant to be alone. You know, it's nice to have someone that cares for you and you care for them. Someone that is authentic and you are authentic towards them as well. Someone that is intentional about you and you also match their energy. So in your independent era, let it not put you in a position where you shut love out. Yes, don't be desperate, but be open to the possibility of something big and great for you. Who wants to grow up old and alone? Personally, I don't. Okay, I know circumstances do, but let it be because of circumstances, not because I choose to. Let's love and be loved. Love is a beautiful thing, Shebatum. Yo, I melt when I talk about love. Love is a must-have.
It's a must-have.
Yeah, when it's there, grab it. Why not? Don't shut love out because of your previous experiences. Punish yourself because of what the other person did to you. Because the other person couldn't love you right. Now you're not going to allow anyone to love you. You're not going to love anyone. No. When true love shows up at the door, open the door.